Okay, here we are. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy. With me is Kate, Joe, and Donald.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Oh, yeah. So,
There we go.
tonight we are covering a little something that I consider to be the best Easter horror film, and it is Critters 2. We just did a watch party for it just a few days ago. Oh, hey, how's it going, Leon? Good to see you.
I'm having issues.
Oh, everything good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get this stupid camera set up right.
No, I got you. All good. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, we just did a watch party on this, and yeah, this movie is really something.
It certainly is. It's so random.
Oh yeah, it totally is. It feels like it has more of a Warner Brothers kind of a style humor compared to the first movie. Like the tone was definitely different.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot more of the Gremlins.
Yeah,
It had
I know
that
what you mean.
kind
I
of
feel like that's
humor. Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Leon.
I feel like that's kind of what they were going for with this. You know, like Gremlins, because that was becoming like popular, especially with the sequel. Well, actually, no, scratch that. The sequel came out 2 years after Critters 2. But
2
yeah,
years. Okay.
yeah, 1990 was when Gremlins 2 came out.
Lord, that long ago.
Hi, Santi.
Santi, yeah, Santi likes
He does
your
look cool.
he likes your look. Oh, hey Tom.
Hi, Tom. Where are
Hey
you?
Tom,
What are you doing?
yeah, you gonna be
hungover
joining us
from last night.
Oh man. So Tom, you gonna be joining us this time? If not, it's okay. If you got something going on, I understand. It's all good.
Yeah, we're just joking.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. Good to see you.
Hey, Chris.
And so yeah, with Critters, one thing I forgot to do last week was to show the trailer for it. Here, I could just pull it up right here. Hang on. Yeah, I might as well show both trailers because I was planning on show you guys the trailer for the second film. So, yeah, hang on.
Let's do it.
Here, ads. Hang on. Here, might as well show you guys the trailer for the first movie. Yeah, this was still in like the early years of New Line Cinema. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, well, I hope that gets better, Tom.
Oh, get well soon. Antihistamines.
It's that time of the year.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. Oh, here, someone else. Oh, here, Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, I was just about to show the trailers for the first two movies. I was meant to show the trailer for the first movie last week on the last show, but I forgot to do that. So, yeah, we might as well just do it here. So, here we go. Present. Just consider this like a recap of the first movie for those who missed it last week. Yeah.
Of all the planets in the galaxy, they chose ours. They hide in small places.
This phone is dead.
What?
They light the dark.
Jay, any luck?
Just a minute.
There's nothing cute about them. They've come a long way, and they're hungry.
Okay, now let me play the. Now I'm gonna play the trailer for the second movie. Here, hang on.
Grover's Bend. It's just a speck on the map of the universe.
Transform.
They get a different class of tourist here.
Company's coming.
Noisier. Pushier. They're turning this peaceful little town into dinner. Critters 2.
I can't hear you. Anybody out there hear me?
We need a sheriff.
Go check the yellow pages.
Those hungry hairballs from outer space are on a roll.
Let's just get help. Oh, who are we gonna call? Critter Busters? These guys are great.
And they'll eat anything.
We're going to end up tomorrow's leftovers.
There must be hundreds of them.
Critters 2, the main course.
You got nothing to lose but your life.
Oh man. Oh here. Oh here, okay. Nikki, I didn't realize you. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that should give like viewers an idea of what the movie was about. You know, it's like definitely stillier than the first one, especially what they briefly showed, which takes place at the very end of the film. My absolute favorite ridiculous thing they could have ever done for this for Critters 2, and that is like have all the critters roll like a 10-foot tall critter ball. That was just
so silly. Like,
Yeah.
who even came up with that? Like, they were just in the room and like, I know, let's just have them all pile up and just have a boulder of critters go towards the village. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and I believe I found there was like a production shot right here that I had saved. Oh, here it is.
Oh my
Good Lord.
goodness.
That's huge.
Yeah, they had to like push that, but with a truck to get it to roll back, to like get it to roll, and like had to film it at an angle where you can't see the truck. And there were times where they just had the ball itself and just someone push it from behind. Like one of the Kyoto brothers had to.
Evil triples.
That's crazy.
Where's Nick? I'm surprised he didn't show up. Oh, he's getting prepared as usual. You know, like just. Yeah, he's like preparing his little I'm guessing his Easter outfit, which he always
Oh goodness.
he constantly misses the. I don't know why he's like not. He's keeps him being late. He knows 8:30 sharp.
Maybe is he going to be the Easter bunny?
Oh god.
Well, I don't know. He's been sporting bunny ears the last couple of days.
He should know. He should know that dressing up an Easter bunny when we talk about this movie is bad luck, because that's what the sheriff did in this, and look what happened. Evil Tribbles. Oh, is that?
Star Trek.
Oh, okay, that explains it, because I don't watch Star Trek. I know. Call me crazy.
The William Shatner one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Thomas. Thanks for tuning in. Yep. So yeah, we're covering one of the goofiest like Easter movies of all time. Yeah. Yep. We're talking about Critters 2. That's right, Tsunati.
Yeah.
And yeah, this movie was directed by Mick Garris, who was a staple of the horror genre, and this was the very first movie that he directed. And yeah, like this was a crazy one for him to start off with. He thought it was going to be simple, but no. Yeah. So what you guys? What were your initial thoughts when you saw this movie compared to the first one?
I haven't seen it.
Nikki. Oh, that's right. You missed the. You weren't able to join us that day. Oh, right. Yeah.
But it looks interesting. So
Oh,
it's okay.
oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
you got to see the critters a whole lot more in this one. compared to the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, there were a lot more compared to the first one. Like in the first one, there was like probably a dozen, like at least just under a dozen of them. But here, there's hundreds, and it takes place 2
Yeah.
years. Yeah, it takes place 2 years after the events of the first one, and I guess it takes 2 years for the eggs left behind in the brown farm to like mature and hatch. But yeah, and here's the thing: one inconsistency that I noticed in between films. There was just like a handful of eggs at the end of the first movie. You know, that's where it stopped at. But now there's like about 40 of them suddenly.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
they laid
never
them in different
explained it.
places.
Yeah, they didn't explain how that happened. I
Maybe
know
they
that
laid
kid,
them all in different places.
yeah,
Hmm.
maybe. But they were all gathered in that one spot. So I don't know. Oh yeah, that's it. You're right, Tom. Yeah, that actor who played Brad, yeah, he like matured very quickly after just 2 years. I think he was only like 12 years old in the first movie, but here, 14, puberty hit him hard. Seriously.
Growth spurt.
Yeah, serious growth spurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have one theory. So maybe the critters on the farm that laid the OG eggs, maybe they hatched, and then the eggs in this one are the result of the babies of the eggs before. Does that make sense?
I wonder.
saying that right?
I did wonder
you-
that. Yeah,
A couple of
Like,
generations grew up there.
Yeah.
yeah. I was wondering that, but at the same time, it's like, then how come no one noticed them after 2 years?
Yeah. Maybe they were just eating animals or something. And then,
Hmm.
yeah. But no, it doesn't really fit. Doesn't make sense.
Maybe they were hiding out until they got their big, massive group of them together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hiding out in the woods.
I want to
Yeah.
know, because I saw in the preview there and in the trailer where they got some of the critter eggs that are dyed. I mean,
Oh,
who picked that up and said, "Oh, this is a weird chicken egg"?
Oh, well, here's the thing. There was like one of the local teenagers. He went to this antique dealer, like to bring back to the Brown farm, because the thing is, Brad and his family had moved to Kansas City since the first film. I guess that ending where they showed the aliens rebuilding their house didn't satisfy them to just stick around. So, but yeah, so they went over to the barn and found critter eggs. The teenager showed like the antique dealer. What was his name? Quigley. Yeah, Quigley ended up taking those eggs and selling them to the church, passing them off as these are eggs, Easter eggs from Europe. Yeah, that's literally what he said. He told them that they were from Europe, and so the church ended up
And
painting them
nobody
and giving them out to kids. What are you saying, Joe?
And nobody questioned him about those eggs.
Nope.
I mean, they looked kind of strange enough as it was, but then when they painted them,
Yeah,
nobody's going to point that out. These ain't chicken eggs.
Yeah.
Definitely
That's
not.
so weird. I mean, they look more like dragon or dinosaur eggs, like if you saw them.
Hey.
That's what I was
Whoa.
thinking, dinosaur eggs.
Look who finally showed up.
Hi, Nick.
What's up, guys?
Easter bunny.
Easter bunny.
Hey, don't you know it's bad luck to dress up as an Easter bunny when we're talking about Critters 2?
Yeah, but it does take place around Easter, though.
Yeah, but look what happened to the sheriff in this movie.
I'm pretty barricaded. I think I should be fine.
You look like a bad version of Donnie Darko.
Oh, Frank the Rabbit from Donnie Darko, right? Oh my God, that movie is. Oh man, that movie hits you hard, especially the ending. Man,
Yeah.
yeah. But thinking about it really makes me miss Patrick Swayze. And seriously, why are they remaking Roadhouse?
Yeah,
Well,
that's a big mistake.
Anyway,
You got two actors in there you can't replace.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, and we were just pointing out earlier, Nick, that the actor Scott Grimes, who plays Brad, he like had a serious growth spurt in between films. I mean, these movies were only 2 years apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like you saw how he looked at 12 years old in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 14 years. The actor's 14 years old in Critters 2, and he like matured super fast in 2 years.
Yep. Wow.
Yep. And we were talking about how Mick Garris, this was like his first film that he directed, and he went on to basically he went on to write and produce and direct other horror films. Like he had written Hocus Pocus. He wrote The Fly 2, and let's see, he also wrote and directed he directed a whole lot of Stephen King stuff.
I was about to say, he did a lot of Stephen King adaptations.
Yes. Let's see.
And he also did was the creator of the series, which sadly only lasted for 2 seasons. He also did the series Masters of Horror on Showtime.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he directed The Stand. He directed Sleepwalkers. Let's see,
You did the Shining television series?
Yes, the 90s Shining miniseries. That's correct. Oh yeah, you're right. Scott Grimes. Yes, he was in Orville, and also did the voice of Steve Smith in American Dad. Yeah, both funny shows by Seth MacFarlane.
I gotta ask, how come Pickle Tom is not on with us tonight? Just in the comments,
he's not feeling good.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
Yeah, he messaged us earlier saying he wasn't feeling good. Everything okay from your end, Jill?
I think her mic is muted.
Yeah, I was muting because there's trucks and motorcycles that go by. So when it gets loud, I'll mute.
Yeah, because there have been a lot of people who were commenting before saying that it was a lot of things were quiet from your end. But explain to them that there was a lot of interference.
A lot of noise.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Shadowheart. Yeah, baby, I know we've got a big crowd here tonight. Yeah, we're very thrilled about this, our Easter special. And also, Nick, I wanted to mention I did some research about this right after we saw Critters 2, because this whole movie came off with this it seemed like it had some sort of a anti-meat kind of message to it. And I learned that I think this was intentional because Mick Garris is actually vegan.
Oh, really? I didn't see. I've known who Mick Garris is for several years, but I never knew that he was vegan.
Yeah, apparently he is. And that's why he threw in the Brad's grandma, who is vegetarian, and encouraging the kids at her daycare to eat vegetables only, and saying, "Oh, meat is the worst thing you can eat." And at one point, Ugg was saying that, eating meat is a bad habit. So I will say this, Nick, Mick Garris would not be happy with me, especially with dinner I had tonight.
What did you eat?
Some baked barbecue drumsticks.
Nice.
Yeah, here. Yeah, I got this recipe for it.
Well, here's the funny thing I'll tell you right now for everyone here. I'm actually friends with Mick Garris on Facebook. Oh, it's actually his profile.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Hannah.
What's up, Hannah?
Hey. Don't remember much about it. Well, we're here to refresh your memory. Hey. Oh, yes.
Chris.
Oh, yeah. It was good stuff, Chris. Yes. So, yeah. What are the highlights of this movie for you guys?
The transformation, huh?
Oh, yeah, that transformation bit. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm wondering if the movie was sending some sort of a gender identity message to it, because Lee is always transforming into all sorts of different things, not sure what to stick with, was figuring out what he wanted to do, how he wanted to look. Yeah. Hey,
the way how they kept that one just kept transforming. And I think you probably already said this, Don, but that would have been super cool though if he would have actually transformed into Freddy Krueger.
Yes, there was
cross between Freddy Krueger and the chick from Playboy magazine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just to give context, there was that one bitch later on in the movie where he was where Leach was the bounty hunter, was about to transform into Freddy Krueger because he saw a poster of him in the background. But Charlie said no, then just lifted up the Playboy book magazine again, so transforming into that model. But seriously, that was a wasted opportunity. How amazing would it have been to have Robert Englund as a cameo, Freddy Krueger?
Just for that brief second or two.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make any sense.
All right.
They just didn't have the budget.
Yeah, it's one of the earliest. It's not titles. Oh, I thought it said titles. But
you're not wrong. I knew ahead of time.
But no, it very well could be. I mean, it's definitely one of the more graphic of PG-13, because remember, this was the 80s. This was when PG-13 was still relatively a new thing. This was 4 years after Red Dawn, the first PG-13 movie. Yeah, so they were still, I guess back then they were still trying to figure out the standard for what PG-13 should and can include and can't include.
Mm.
Well, the
Yeah.
80s, they had all kinds of nudity in all the movies, whether it was comedy, action.
Oh yeah.
It was just a different
They
time.
even showed it in the trailers of movies before they stopped doing that, like around the late 80s, I think.
Yeah, the 80s were a time where they just wanted to like really test the limits of like what could be allowed in like in some movies. Like you look at movies like RoboCop, that had a lot of violence in it.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and I have the
Yeah,
direct.
but if you don't test and push those limits, you wouldn't have got some of the later movies we got, because they loosened up on those ratings after a while because people were pushing the limits so much.
Absolutely right.
I mean, one of the biggest advocates for that was the guy that said the 7 words you can't say on TV or television,
That's right.
Right. Thanks to people like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, creating South Park, which really pushes the limits even further.
I love that cartoon.
Yeah. Oh, here, Billy said, yes, I was going to point this out. The actress Roxanne Kernahan was not actually a Playboy model. They just had her just play one, and like she wasn't an actual one that was just for the movie. And sad to say, she did die in a car accident in 1993. So just 5 years after this movie was made, I believe she was 32 at the time.
They said that she posed for it, but they never ended up using it. So then they used it for the film. Those are actual photos of her in a photo shoot.
Right. That's true.
Wow.
Man, so yeah, 32. Man, I'm just about to turn 32. Man.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Terrible.
That's
Yeah. Oh, here. There's definitely one more graphic of the 80s. Oh, yeah, especially the director's cut.
Definitely.
And Billy, yes, you're correct. They made RoboCop PG-13 twice. That was that terrible RoboCop 3 and also that meh RoboCop remake I went to see with my college girlfriend. Yeah.
They made a remake of RoboCop.
Yep. That was
Really?
it was about 10 years ago.
I shouldn't be surprised. Shit they make remakes of.
How would I? Oh, geez, I would not even. I can't even answer that question for Santi.
You're gonna hop to Kate and then hop here.
I have to hop quite a distance.
Nothing beats the original for me, Joe.
Oh, nothing beats the original in just about everything.
Yeah,
Remakes suck.
Director's cut right here.
Yeah.
He enjoyed both RoboCop 3 and the remake. Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, what were you saying, Nick?
No, I didn't know how I could question Santi's thing here. Like,
yeah, he's not Easter Bunny. He's an imposter.
Yeah.
You just have to use the door. The door from the holiday places, the holiday doors.
Oh, holiday doors!
Like
from Nightmare Before Christmas, the holiday trees.
Yeah.
I got a question, Nick.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Donald?
How long does it take you to swap all these lights out?
Like actually take them down, or
yeah, are you swapping them out, or are you?
Oh, swapping them out like for other holidays.
Yeah.
You know what? Some of the stuff I got was brand new, so I really don't have the answer just yet. It might have to wait till next year. But I will tell you this though. This took me about a good 2 days, very least, because I had to take all the St. Just like I did with Valentine's Day. I had to take the St. Patrick's Day decorations down and pack all that up, which that took nearly almost the entire night putting it all away. So yeah, about 2 days.
Wow.
You need to invest in the lights that you got back there to where you can change the colors of them.
Yeah,
change the lights out.
I actually have you guys can't see it, but I actually have these lights here on the table on my desk here that can change colors. But of course, they're the only ones that can. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing something like that. But still, it's my work of art.
It's lovely.
And I'm actually working on the final set. So if you guys have been hearing all this, it's because I'm trying to untangle these damn things. It's the last one.
Oh man.
I don't know why they tangle these things up.
Here. Shadowheart says remakes can be hit or miss. Yeah, that is true. They could be, yeah, like sometimes some remake. There are a few good remakes. There are a few bad ones. The worst remake for me is the 1998 remake of Psycho. I mean, Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
I mean, come on, Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates.
Vince
Really,
Vaughn.
people as Norman Bates. I mean, really, people. Come on. But
So
I will say
unreal.
this: there are some good examples for not only movies but also remakes
Okay.
of video games as well. Like we had two good video game remakes over the past year: the remake of Dead Space and the remake for Resident Evil 4. God, I love those games.
I don't mean to interrupt. Nikki, she has to. Unfortunately, she has to leave. She's not doing so good. She wanted me to let her. She wanted me to let you guys know. So,
Okay, I totally understand. Hey, hope you feel better soon.
Message you later. Thank you. I'll
Okay.
let you know.
See
what's-
Nikki.
get
Bye,
get well
Nikki,
soon,
guys.
Nikki.
Yes.
Thank you, sweetie. Bye, love.
All right, take care.
I wanted to say one thing about critters. So I feel like the first movie, you didn't see the critters very often because they were kind of introducing them, kind of trying to get them to be scary and not cute. I feel like everybody just went mental, a bit like Minions. They're like, oh, they're so cute, so adorable. So then they really kind of marketed that in the second film. So there was much more of them, and they had like those one-liners and all that kind of stuff. And
Right.
I wasn't alive then, but I'm sure they were very marketable. Like they really went for it with the merchandise, with the critters and stuff. I don't know though,
Yeah.
because I wasn't. I don't
I
know
know they
what year
did.
did it come out?
I don't
What year?
remember a lot of
1988,
Critters
I think.
merchandise.
I know they
Yeah,
were
the
real
first-
big with Gremlins when it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were very big with the
Star,
Gremlins.
Star Wars.
So big that everyone tried to catch in on it with oh yeah,
Even
oh, here we
Furby
are.
did. Even
It's-
Furby.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
Furby. Is this a Furby?
Yeah,
You got no
1988,
battery.
correct.
Yeah, so I wasn't born then, but I feel
No.
like they were really trying to do that though with the critters. They were trying to market them a bit more.
Yeah, especially with the second film,
too
because I was just saying earlier, Nick, that Critters 2 felt more like it had like Warner Brothers style humor.
Yeah, it seemed to be that way. I mean, it just.
Hmm.
I had that feeling of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a lot of humor. I mean, when the one critter got his reverse mohawk, I couldn't stop laughing at that.
Yeah, and then it got deep fried, and they were like one of the things that really stands out for me, like one of the staples of Critters 2 was that Hungry Heifers, that restaurant, that fast food joint.
I actually own two. I have two of them. The other ones,
Kirby.
yeah, the other one you'd recognize right away too.
Oh, Yoda.
Yoda.
Wow.
Furby,
He came with a lightsaber.
That's a Furby.
Yep, and he's got a little sensor right there for the lightsaber.
That's awesome.
That's Furby.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What happened?
And so I actually researched the whole Hungry Heifers. Like one of the main things that stands out is that jingle, and I learned that it was performed by Cynthia Garris, Mick Garris's wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know, it kind of makes Hungry Heifer managed by Eugene from the Grease movie.
Yes. That.
Oh yeah.
Eddie Dezen. That's who that was. He's known for playing nerds in all sorts of
All
movies.
sorts
Yeah,
of
that's right.
stuff.
Yeah, and of course. He and I mean, not even just as an actor, I mean, just even a voice actor. And obviously that brings up he played like a lot of those type of cartoon characters throughout the 90s, early 2000s. And obviously the most notorious one was him voicing Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory.
Yep. And also the know-it-all kid from Polar Express.
That's right. And,
That's what I was fixing to ask if he was on Polar Express.
Yep.
yeah, he was. I think he was like the only real only voice actor in that movie that was like the actual voice actor, adult actor who voiced a kid. I think everybody else was kids in that movie.
I think so.
He was in a lot of movies, but never got top billing.
Yeah, he was in War Games. He was in Grease. He was all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think he like increases. I've seen interviews of him. I think he like increases the pitch of his voice when he's in movies to really get that whole nerd voice out.
Yeah. I was going to
Whatever
say
he
it
does,
looks
it
like it
made him
takes.
something.
I was going to
Oh,
say it
yeah.
looks like it takes a
Hey,
lot
you know,
of.
he found his niche and used it.
Yeah.
You know, if Screech, you know, actor that played Screech in Saved by the Bell.
Dustin Diamond.
Yeah, Dustin Diamond. You know, he hated that whole.
Shadowheart.
Well, look at the guy that played Did I Do That?
Oh,
Yeah.
Urkel. Yeah.
Urkel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was like Urkel was not even intended to be like a permanent staple of Family Matters. He was just introduced just for one episode, but everybody loved the character so much. Yeah, I mean, he pretty much just stole the show.
And
Yeah.
you wouldn't recognize the guy out of costume and out of
No,
character.
you wouldn't. I mean,
Yeah.
he just has such a remarkable appearance that even Mandark on Dexter's Laboratory resembles him himself. So like almost like a teenage version of him, if you will.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, Jaleel White. That's who that is. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man, the 90s.
Long live the 90s.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh man.
God, you should have seen the show that I was on last night that Tom was having. Oh my God, it was insane.
Oh, I still wanted to check that out, man.
Yeah, we went from like talking about like we were trying to guess like different songs like from the 80s and 90s, then we went to the 70s. Then Joe and Tom went to like television theme songs of the 80s, which I only knew one of them. And then after that, we went to 90s cartoons, and I just beat them like hell.
I wasn't part of that. I was cheering on Nick to
Yeah,
work
you
on fast.
I was going
okay.
nuts. It was so damn funny and fun.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And so one scene that also stood out was when the critter eggs first hatched, where Quigley, that antique store owner, he was like giving out, like putting out food for his dog, and then Quigley took some of it. I'm hoping that's like chili and not actual dog food, because if that's dog food, then wow, you are disgusting. But yeah, and then he comes back later and notices that the dog's bowl has huge bite marks taken out of it. And yeah, like the dog's name was Chili, I think. So then he finds Chili like laying down and thinking he's sleeping, and it's like, nope, he's not sleeping, he's dead. Yeah, and then it shows all these baby critters coming up and then taking bites out of him, and then they go after Quigley, taking a bite out of his foot and drop it, and then the stool that he was trying to stand on, and they fell and they just piled him.
Pretty vicious attack.
Yeah, here, let me go find that image for like the baby critters that they showed in that scene, because that was like
made those things more vicious than the ones that the gremlin,
Gremlins, yeah.
Oh, the critters are undoubtedly critters are more vicious than gremlins. Here,
It
yeah,
makes total sense because they eat people and animals, and the gremlins didn't really do that.
Well, they were chopping down the wooden stool like it was nothing, and nothing was going to stop these little. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they were easy to kill, but when you have like, it's like the movie The Birds. It's like when you have hundreds or thousands of them, it's impossible.
Yeah, and they can all shoot barbs.
Yeah, all of them shoot those quills. Yeah, they brought that
poisonous quills. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just rolling like Sonic the Hedgehog after people. Got to go fast.
You know what? I just discovered, and one more thing about that show that I was on last night. Yeah, there were a few theme songs that Tom stopped on, and the one that was supposed to come after right before he stopped was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice. Oh man.
Yeah, it's so weird though, because to look at them, they must have really small stomachs, but they really attack
huge
everything,
appetites.
and huge appetites for such small things.
Well, and I think on part 1, did they say the more they eat, the larger they got? So
yes.
Yeah, they will turn into that giant version of themselves.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
They pretty much grew up like overnight, like not even 24 hours. Like when by the time Brad and the others like found Quigley's body, which also the way they found Quigley's body, now that I think of it, really makes no sense, because Quigley was on the ground when the critters were devouring him, and then he's like standing upright at the doorway. Like then his body comes crashing down into Brad, and yeah, that made no sense. His body would not be up. Why was his body up like that?
Beats me.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
What's wrong, Nick?
One of the light things fell off, but I'm
Okay,
still
Nick
having trouble with this.
Nick's playing with the lights.
No, I'm not playing with them. I'm trying to untangle them. Again, I
Where's
don't
that
know
one
why
gonna
they-
go? Are you gonna
Patient.
wear it?
What?
Are you gonna wear that?
No, I'm gonna hang it up. I'm gonna hang it up. This is the
Oh.
last thing I need to put up, and it's just I don't know why Amazon these deliveries make them like so tighten. Like, what's the reason for it?
Oh, and here's another production shot where Scott Grimes is chilling with Critter animatronic.
Every time I
Aw.
see that kid, I'm with Tom on that. I keep thinking the Partridge Family, and that's Danny.
He really does look like that.
Yeah, he really does. He looks like he can be related to him.
He probably is. Oh man, he really has that look to him. Seriously, I
His
cannot
little
tell.
brother.
Wait, he is?
No, I said maybe. I mean, he looks so identical to Danny. He could be his little brother or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, like so, yeah, like I said, this was the reprised that role, but just moved on to other things. Like yeah, Scott Grimes has made it big on TV shows. Like one show that I forgot to mention that he was in. He was also in ER. Does anybody remember that show?
Don, I just got there's a message here in the private chat. Donald's got to run, unfortunately.
Oh, here, let me see. Oh, that's him. Oh, I thought that was Nikki. Oh, my bad.
No, that's Donald this time.
Okay. Well, hey, it was good to have you on here, Donald.
Yeah, as always.
Hi, Don.
Yeah, take care.
Hi, Donald.
Good luck.
Yes. And so, yeah, like at first, like when I first told you that Critters 2, Nick, was like probably the best Easter horror film. I remember you were being like skeptical, and I told you, I mean, this does take place around Easter time. There's eggs, and people are taking refuge inside of the church, and there is an Easter bunny in this, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I was
Well, they were
skeptical because
celebrating Easter.
I was skeptical because we tried watching a different one a few years ago, which is that movie we shall not name, and it traumatized me. So that's why I was a little bit skeptical about this movie.
That god awful movie. Yeah, we won't say what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. It's total garbage. But but the whole Easter Bunny aspect of it came and went super quickly. Like there was like a new sheriff in this who replaced like Sheriff Harv from the first movie. He was like he was voted out of office after the events of the first film. So and also a different actor plays him. I think what was his name? I had his name written down somewhere. I couldn't. Hang on. What was his name? Oh yeah, Barry Corbin. That was his name. A new actor replacing Emmett Walsh because Emmett Walsh didn't want to reprise his role. Oh, speaking of, I was pretty shocked to learn last week. After a couple of days after we did our episode covering Critters, which Emmett Walsh was in, announced that Emmett Walsh had died.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and we were just talking about him. Yeah.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Emmett Walsh. He was a great actor.
Yeah.
Basically took me completely by surprise.
Yeah, I remember from first seeing him in that episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty messed up episode, like where he played like a guy who was like annoyed by his I think it was his sister. His sister is like animals that she was collecting, giving them refuge. He was so annoyed he took up taxidermy and was just doing that to them.
Wow.
Yeah, it was messed up. Yeah, but Tales from the Crypt, great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great.
Oh yeah, one day we'll have to cover that. Yeah, try to figure out the
best. We would have a hell of a time going through Tales from the Crypt. There'd be
I know
much because there's so many episodes.
I know. I would love to cover that, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the guy from Tales from the Crypt, yeah, we're talking about Emmett Walsh, who played Sheriff Harv in the first Critters movie, who I just announced here that a few days ago he passed away right after we talked about him in Critters. But he played a character in Tales from the Crypt that was doing taxidermy on all the animals that was being rescued by, I don't know if it was like I'm trying to remember if the character was like his character's sister or wife or something, but yeah, it was pretty messed up. Yeah, him taxidermying dogs and whatnot. Yeah. Here, not only the show, but Pretty Please cover the two Tales from the Crypt movies. Oh yes, Demon Knight and yeah, Nick. Yeah, what was
Bordello of Blood.
Bordello of Blood. Yes, that one. Nick, be sure you want to.
Oh God,
Like,
damn it, Brad.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to answer your question, Brad. I'll just bring some bug spray with, and maybe actually, no, what better yet, Gorilla Glue spray. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, Nick. I mean, with me, when it comes to bugs, I got that balcony out there that I like reading or cooking or like grilling while I'm out there, like during the spring and summertime. Yeah, mosquitoes were a problem, but I got this fogger stuff. You spray it, nothing comes near my balcony for like 6 hours.
Well, you just hand that over to me, and my problems will be solved then for this Friday.
There you go. I have an extra can.
I'll take 20 of them.
in that case, buy your own.
Nick, have you actually seen a real cockroach in
Yes,
real
I
life?
have. I actually saw one during an investigation. It was at a location called Saddamsville Rectory. That freaked me the hell out because they always say if you see one roach, that means there's probably thousands of them. So freaked me so bad. And then and believe it or not, all right, so I'll make this a quick story. I've even seen the Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
No.
They're like about 10 years ago, I was out with some people. We were at a haunted house walkthrough, and you know, like how some of those haunted house walkthroughs, they have the scary guys that try to scare you while you're waiting in line just to like entertain you. Yep. Well, this one guy, he comes up, his hands are, he comes up to me, his hands are cupped up like this, and it's obvious that he's holding something, and he opens them up, and it's revealed it's a cockroach, a hissing one. And at first, I thought it was a fake. Man, that's got to be fake. That was until I saw the antennae start moving, and I threw myself and this thing was huge, like almost the size of my fist, and I threw myself to the back of the wall along with a kid that was with us, and we're like, "You get that damn thing away from me right now!"
Yeah. I had a similar experience to that when a buddy of mine, we were like 12, and he's a little bit older than me. He was about 16 at the time. He somehow managed to catch these black wasps inside of a jar.
Oh, geez, wasps.
Yeah. And he said, "Hey, Don, look what I got." Now that had me running off. He was like, following me. I was like, and I yelled back. My exact words that I yelled back to him were, "Keep those buzzing bastards the hell away from me, dude."
Why would he even catch those?
I'll tell you.
I don't know.
You think you got a story about those things? I'll tell you a story about those cockroaches. It'll make you have nightmares.
The hissing ones?
Yeah.
My brother and I, back in 1994, my brother and I had an apartment together. We were in the worst part of Madison you could possibly be in.
Wow.
Okay. A lot of the buildings in there but the rent was cheap. That's the point. Okay. Yeah. They had to come around and we had the cleanest apartment in the entire neighborhood, according to the health inspector that came around once a month. And yes, they came around once a month. Right before I got sick, December 4th, 1995, my waterbed decided to get a leak. And it got such a leak we couldn't patch it, so I had to get a new mattress. We went to remove the mattress after draining it. You couldn't see the lining. It was covered with cockroaches.
Oh God, no.
You're talking hundreds of thousands of cockroaches.
Oh my God.
And the minute that thing was removed, they started crawling up the walls and everything.
No. It's just like a scene out of there creeping up on you from Creepshow.
It was so it was like one of those buildings that was like 4 in the front and 4 in the back. The building was split in half. And the people that lived on the one side, they were like hoarders and stuff. And once a building gets infested, the whole thing is done. They ended up condemning that building after I, because I moved obviously when I got sick from the leukemia, but they had to burn that sucker to the ground.
Oh my
Jeez.
That's how bad it was. That's like there was like during that time in Madison, there was like 3 or 4 apartment buildings all in the same area that got burnt to the ground because of infestations. Because they couldn't get rid of it no matter how much. And see, that's also where we think, me and a few of my friends that's talked about this, where I got the leukemia. Because see, I'd be asleep. I slept a lot because I was still in that that third shift mode, working third shift, and you sleep all day and you're up at night. Well, they'd come around and spray. They wouldn't check if anyone was there. My bedroom door was closed. They wouldn't check. They just spray the roach spray underneath the door.
Yeah, man.
While I was in there.
Nuts.
Yeah. Oh, here, I wanted to respond to this comment by Billy. He's asking if we would like to cover true crime horror movies like Silence of the Lambs, Seven, and others.
Those were cool movies.
Yes, I am planning on having us cover Silence of the Lambs pretty soon, and I would love to cover that because
puts the lotion on the skin,
or else it gets the hose again.
Yeah,
because Silence of the Lambs, to this day, the first and only horror film that has ever won an Academy Award for Best Picture.
Yeah,
that's
Jodie Foster was in that one.
Anthony Hopkins.
Hopkins. Yep.
A true
Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
A fellow British.
Yep. Don't get too close to the glass, Clarice.
Don't we have the best accent? We have the best accent for horror movies.
Oh, totally. Christopher Lee is another great example.
Yes.
I just recently watched that funny parody of South Park with the Hannibal Lecter kid, but it was toilet paper instead. He only had like 2 weeks left of his sentence, and he had managed to escape.
Oh my god. Oh man. But so yeah. Oh here. What about Seven? Oh yeah, Seven's a great one too. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, love it.
I haven't seen that in years.
Anything with Morgan Freeman is usually good.
Oh yeah. And this had just about everything great. Great acting, great story, a shocking villain. It was
the only
amazing.
thing I had a problem with Seven. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I'm not saying it as a bad thing, but there were times I kind of fell asleep to it. But I think it's just the reality is, with the movie Seven, it's there is a lot of talking in that movie, so at times it is a little bit hard to follow. But nonetheless, it's still great.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh here. I forgot to mention. Where it shows the part where their sheriff died when he was dressed up as that Easter bunny. He was just constantly in a bad mood and came across that hatched critter egg and was like, "What the?" He was like, "What the hell came out of you?" Well, it's like, what came out of you is now going into your suit.
He obviously hated his job.
Yeah.
And he kind of deserved it in a way.
Yeah, that's what you get for that's what you get for hating on Easter.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he even hated the community or something.
Pretty much.
The guy was
one of those things like if he didn't want
to be there.
Yeah, it's like if he didn't want to be part of it, then maybe he shouldn't have gotten the job as sheriff.
And shouldn't have been living in a small community.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Where everybody knows everybody.
That's right.
And then he just dives through the church window, which I thought was pretty crazy. Like, how does it cause you to jump through a window? And also, everybody tries to say, "Oh, this had to have been just some farm accident." I'm like, what kind of farm accident just throws you through a window?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And even Brad was trying to keep saying, that. But then when they come across Lynn Shay, who has become a reporter ever since the events from the first movie. But anyway, they come across her and say, "Oh, one of the critters went inside Quigley's place." They find Quigley's body. It falls on Brad, and I'm just thinking, hey, don't worry, Brad. I'm sure it was just a farm accident.
Oh my god, that's just like no.
Yeah.
And
was it quite common in the 80s and 90s with the sheriffs and the police to, I don't know, like I always felt like they always got picked on and they were like always the bad person, or like they were always the first to die. It's like, why does that always happen in the 80s and 90s?
Not always. Sometimes the sheriff or the police officer ended up being the heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Some
I
of
was going
them.
to say some movies have that.
Oh yeah, someone like in the
Yeah.
Blob, like the sheriff and the cops were skeptical, but
Oh,
then
yeah, that's
when they saw
true.
when they saw the truth for themselves, they were like, okay, this thing is for real, and we got to stop it.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it does happen, but not all the time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
Are the bounty hunters friendly and good guys? Yes, they are. They're definitely like not as hostile to the locals as they were in the first movie, like which I thought was pretty amazing how they just came across the critters like right when the timing was just right, like where Brad like presses that emergency beacon, they show up, they just happen to be right there, and I'm
They
like,
were like the exterminators.
yeah, it's like wow, they were more efficient at their jobs compared to the first movie where they were just interrogating everybody throughout town about where the critters are,
Yeah.
like not being able to fight them.
Yeah, that was kind of pointless, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, they had no subtlety, like shooting off their cannons at everything.
Yeah, just made no sense.
Yeah, and I did, and you know those critter eggs. I can never get over how dumb the townspeople were, like for not suspecting a thing, and then they started hatching, and like it was like a very tensional scene, like a lot of tension in that girl's bedroom. That little girl, I'm trying to remember her name was Emily or something, but yeah, like a critter egg hatched, and the dad accidentally stepped on it, and turning the critter into that Nickelodeon slime from Figure It Out. Yeah, you guys remember that show?
Yeah.
You guys remember the show Figure It Out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the slime was like that. Yeah, the 90s.
Or why did she put her chocolate over there and it got all melty?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't make sense. Even if it was vegan chocolate, it's still gonna melt.
Yeah, maybe
And there's a vent right there on the floor.
hey, maybe that was the reason, because it was vegan chocolate and she wanted actual chocolate.
She wanted it to
That
melt.
could be too. I'd want the real thing too. I mean, you know.
How's the light situation, Nick?
It's driving me crazy. I'm like not even halfway through with this damn thing.
Here,
Just put
because-
it up as a ball.
yeah, just put it
Yeah,
to the
disco ball.
side. Or here's an idea: just put it to the side, just leave it alone, and enjoy the podcast.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
am. I'm still paying attention.
There you go. And anyway,
Hey, I got to
here's
still
why-
do my house tour of the lights.
yeah.
Hang
And
it
here's-
up as a ball.
And here's why I walked out for a second, because the yeah, like what we were talking about, that fake chocolate bunny, which apparently was made out of carob, which was like a healthy alternative or something. I'm just thinking, no way would I ever get that. Would I ever buy that? Like, because these right here, actual chocolate bunnies that I have bought for my niece and my nephews.
Oh, Cadbury's.
Yum.
Those
Yeah.
are Cadbury bunnies.
Isn't
Here,
it Lint?
Lind.
Oh, Lint. That's
Yeah.
it.
Lent.
Yeah.
I knew it's one of the ones that's famous on TV.
Yeah, so got these for them. You know, just doing my duty, being the best uncle in the world.
Oh, that's sweet. It's good chocolate, Lint.
Yeah.
And also Kinder. I really like the Kinder chocolate.
Yes. Oh, here. Since Critters is a ripoff of Gremlins, guess who owns both franchises now? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Oh, man.
How can- Wait, wasn't Critters filmed first?
It was written first.
Oh,
It wasn't in production until after Gremlins was released.
because I don't
Yeah.
I mean, they had Gremlins,
Triggered me.
Critters, and wasn't there another one? Oh, Ghoulies
Oh, yeah,
on
Ghoulies.
that same time.
And that god-awful Hobgoblins, which I saw in Mystery Science Theater 3000. Seriously, that movie's terrible. Don't ever watch it.
I don't remember that one, but
God,
there was the three, and it's like it seemed like they were trying to compete all about, you know, come on, guys.
I know.
There's
Billy.
Ghoulies also. Ghoulies.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
really like
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies.
Yeah, Ghoulies, Gremlins, and Critters. They were all around the same era,
Mhm.
and it's like, come on.
When I think of hobgoblins, I don't know why, but I thought of Labyrinth. And then I just thought of David Bowie and just how he was dressed.
It was a cult classic.
Yeah, it was.
That's actually considered a cult classic.
Don't forget Troll and Munchie. Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot all about Munchies.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, like it seems like the 80s is just everybody's trying to rip off everything. Like when there's a good slasher movie, everybody wants to rip off that. If there's a little good monster movie about little creatures wreaking havoc, everyone wants to rip off that.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't really had one since, have we? Little creatures wreaking havoc in like a horror style.
Come to think of it, now
give it a chance. They'll be remaking one of those films. I mean, Hollywood's got no imagination these days. They got to remake everything, and when they remake it, they can't even cast it right.
Yeah, and yeah, he's right. Troll 2 with dialogue like that, you could see why Troll 2 is one of the most laughably bad movies of all time. Yeah, and also right after that, he says the longest "Oh my God" ever. Yeah, like I reacted to some like this compilation years ago about the best of bad acting, and a scene from Troll 2 was featured in that. So I know exactly what he's talking about.
Was Nicolas Cage in it?
That would be awesome if he was.
Not that one, but in a different compilation I reacted to. Yes, he was in that scene from Wicker Man.
Oh, no.
How to get burned? How to get burned?
No, not the bees.
No, not the bees. I have had it with the bees.
Hey, think of all the times I've had encounters with bees on Minecraft.
Oh gosh. Yep.
You still have to make your bee farm, Nick. I've been telling you.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if I want to play it by the other rule. I want them where they actually sting you.
Here. Yeah, everyone wanted to create the next Halloween and Nightmare and Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Everybody was trying to do what they can during the big slasher craze of the 80s. I've seen bits and pieces of Troll 1, but not much.
Chris.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage as Superman. Thank God it didn't happen.
Can you imagine? Oh my goodness me.
Yeah. Yes, I'm
that would have been a disgrace to Christopher Reeve's memory.
I'm Clark Kent. I swear I'm human. I swear I'm not from another planet.
You know what? This is the perfect time for me to say this, since we're talking about Nicolas Cage. And since I'm basically dressed up for Easter, why didn't you put the bunny back in the box?
Oh, here. Oh, yes. I did respond to that earlier. Yes. We were willing to cover that a little bit further down the road. Yes.
Do you remember Ghost Rider? He was so bad.
I saw that in theaters.
Oh, my God.
So bad.
Well, he's only got one style of acting. He's like William Shatner.
Yeah.
I think he just plays himself. That's who he is.
That's basically who he is.
Yeah.
But, and I think that's why he changed his name.
What's his name?
Oh, man.
His real name's like Coppola.
Yep, he's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
that's why. Because look it up. He was uncredited. What was that movie? He was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Was his first movie.
Yep.
Whoa! I didn't know. Okay, my dad watches that a lot, and I've seen it a few times. How the hell did I not know that?
Yeah, watch it. Nicolas Cage was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He didn't have any real lines or anything, but he was there.
That's so funny just to think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was probably his best acting because he didn't have lines.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I gotta look it up.
Yep. Oh yeah, like I always get I made that joke earlier about him like playing Dracula because it worked for his uncle Francis Ford Coppola, so it'll work for him too. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Francis Ford Coppola directed Dracula.
Oh my God! Holy cow! He's like different too. Oh my God! How the hell did I miss that?
Yeah, he's a Coppola.
It was like nepotism because his uncle was in the business. He could get in because it wasn't talent, clearly.
And Francis Ford Coppola, another person who's related to him, another big name is Talia Shire, who plays Adrian in the Rocky movies.
Yo, Adrian, I did it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, but she was
Yes, I
best
remember
known
seeing that.
before the Rocky movies for Godfather.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
what?
Yeah, she
Nicolas
was my
Cage
godfather.
is Superman in the Flash.
No, there's no way.
What?
Yeah,
That's not possible.
about that. Yeah,
No, I
hell,
have to
Todd?
see this.
I
even
try to
tell us.
forget that.
I have to see this. What?
Oh, my
Natalie
God.
Shire was in the Godfather trilogy.
Yeah, she was, and she was also in this lesser known horror film called Prophecy about a mutant bear.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Mutant Bear.
Yes, it had Kevin Peter Hall, who played Predator. You know, in the first two Predator movies,
Yeah.
he played the mutant
Wait,
bear. He was
you
like, in
said the movie was called Prophecy. When I
Yes.
think of Prophecy, I think of that one about heaven and stuff and the war between the angels
the real Flash was grabbed.
with
Oh,
what's his name in it.
yeah,
Oh.
that's right. I don't know what's worse, Chris. Him as that, or George Clooney reprising Batman in the very end.
Oh, God.
What?
Yeah, that's
No.
when I
Oh,
saw
wait
that.
a minute. What are you talking about? That Flash multiverse movie?
Yes, at that
Oh,
at that
don't
point,
give too
at
much
that
of that
point,
away.
yeah, at that point, when
Please.
I saw that part of the film, I was like, okay, screw you, movie. Why would you throw that in? Oh,
That's
God.
crazy.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, it's not Christopher Walken Prophecy. No, it's something else. This was from
No, but that's the
1979.
one I always think of when you say Prophecy. Is that movie?
Nope, it's
That was a
something
good
completely
movie
different.
too.
Completely different. And I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures here. Here.
Why do they do that? Why do they make the same title of a movie and then make another one, and they're totally not related in any way,
Yeah,
shape,
like-
or form?
I was
Yeah.
just thinking of one example. There's that horror film from the late 70s, the Sentinel, and then they made another one in 2006, which had nothing to do with the original one.
Well, when I say Bad Boys, what do you think of?
Bad Boys.
Will Smith and
Will Smith,
usually you think Will Smith and the other guy, right?
It's
Yeah.
this.
Oh, I remember that. I've
Yeah.
seen that before.
Oh.
I remember it had one of the actors from John Carpenter's The Thing in it. That's like another cast member that I remember.
But the original Bad Boys movie had what's his name in it? And it was about prison. Yeah, damn it. He was married to Madonna for a while.
Let's see. Oh, here's what
The guy
Prophecy.
from Fast Times.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's-
Sean Penn was in the original Bad Boys, which is like a 1970 something movie.
Ew.
Oh,
That's from Prophecy.
What is that?
That's the mutant bear
Bear.
from Prophecy.
A mutant bear?
Yeah, that's what it was
That
all about.
looks disgusting.
Yep, it's Man Bear Pig.
yeah, I was about to say it's Man Bear Pig.
Oh my
Don's-
God.
Oh man.
That Don was, I guess this means Al Gore was certainly very super serial this whole time.
Yep, Al Gore was right.
He was serial.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the guy who plays who was in that suit was like I said, Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator in the first two Predator movies, and also Bigfoot in Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yep, I'm very serious.
Yeah.
It wasn't really supposed to be Clooney. It was supposed to be. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, man.
That was really gross.
Yeah, The whole premise of Prophecy is that there is like this logging company that's contaminating unintentionally, actually, like recklessly contaminating like the water supply, like by using methyl mercury to kill algae off of their pre-processed timber. But the methyl
Right.
mercury was causing birth defects in all sorts of wildlife. So anything that ate the fish that was contaminated with that mercury would give birth to mutants, which includes that thing.
So
And
basically,
what-
it's like
and
what
what
you said,
eats
it's like
fish the most in areas like that? Bears.
Yeah, and so this mutant bear they nicknamed it Katahdin after this Native American legend because there's Native Americans in this film. But this thing is able to walk upright. It's about 15 feet tall. It's implied to be in constant pain because it's got like like deformities all over it. I don't think this thing even sleeps.
I mean,
And it walks and it walks on two legs.
Upright. Yeah. So
Wow.
basically, it's like a half man, half bear, and half pig.
This monster was like extremely aggressive, like was killing anybody in its territory. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy movie. I remember the only reason why I know about it is because I saw it on AMC. Like you know how they used to have Fear Fridays, like show monster movies every Friday. Yep, that's where I saw it on.
Fridays.
That's like another one. Just contaminate the lake or the river, and you got some mutant creature going on. How many times has that been used in movies?
A lot.
Let's go. Right. Piranha was one of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, Piranha was like where they were intentionally mutating them, like experimentation.
Yeah,
like
but still, and then they got out.
Godzilla.
What's next? Are they going to? And next they create the T virus.
Yeah, 28 days later. Oh wait, no, that's not
no.
That was
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah, not 28 days later.
Yeah. I was about to say you have Resident Evil, man. You have
I know.
Evil.
I got the two mixed up by mistake.
Right. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw the messages, but I am considering covering like video games on the podcast. Not like playing them, but just talking about them, like how we're talking about movies here. Yeah, because I figured we're covering movies and TV shows, so why stop there?
It depends on what video games you cover.
Oh yeah. I feel like it'd be fitting to start with Resident Evil since that's like the first horror game I ever played. So
yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. Rated PG-13. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so she likes the idea too. I mean, horror and video games, there's so much we can cover with that as well. So yeah, we keep this I feel like it would spice things up a bit. Let's see. Oh, here's one thing that I find questionable about this movie. When it's where they're going to take down the critters, like leading them into the burger factory to blow them up, and they decide to blow them with dynamite, which they pick up at a hardware store. What kind of hardware store sells dynamite?
Especially or carries that much dynamite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You try selling dynamite at a hardware store. I know that would be extremely, extremely illegal. Actually, I think it would be pretty much extremely illegal just about anywhere, in fact.
Well, not necessarily if they have a mining town, but yeah, you still think they'd have like an explosive distributor that they go through that's an expert in handling that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they sell dynamite at where? This is my thought at that scene. I was thinking, they're selling dynamite at hardware stores. Oh yeah, sure. And just down the street, and yeah, sure. And they're also having a sale for grenades at Home Depot right next to the rocket launchers.
Right.
Yeah.
It just reminded me, and Don, I don't know if you remember this. We met this guy a couple of years ago when we went on one of. It sounds unrelated, but I'll get right to the chase. Is when Don and I went to meet up with Jeremy for the first time, one of our first investigations at Crown Point Jail. There was a guy who used to be part of the crew, and he actually worked at an explosives factory. He worked there for like 15 years, I think. True value. He worked there for like 15 years, and I just love the response we got. It's like, hey, do you mind if we could talk some business here? I have a problem with some guy named Spiro.
Oh my god!
You remember that, Todd?
Yes.
This guy worked at an explosives factory, so that was kind of the joke.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to go now. I apologize, but thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
We always love having you on, Kate. So yeah, thanks so much for being here, for joining us.
Thank you. See you guys next week.
Yes.
I just realized we haven't got our group picture for Easter. All right.
Oh yeah, take it now.
Yes.
Okay. You get the. Oh, damn it. Okay, let me get the screenshot ready. Okay. You guys ready?
Yes.
Ready.
All right, here we go. Wait a minute. I thought this was okay. I think we got it. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The hell? Damn it! What the hell happened? Okay, one more time. Hang on.
I'll take one too.
This is what happened. Okay, now I got it. Now we're good. All right,
okay.
One more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, I think we got it.
Okay, all right.
There we go.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Oh, yeah. See you next week.
Photoshop him into the picture.
Just Photoshop Pickle in.
Yeah, just put a
And name
picture.
it Pickle Tom.
There you go. For sure. Oh, man. But,
Yeah, it came out. We got it.
Oh yeah, and also once again, like the critters in this were puppeteered and created by the Kyoto brothers, who, yeah, like it's like the more I research them, it's like the more I'm surprised with what they've done. Like we were talking about RoboCop earlier, they actually directed the commercial, like they made the commercial where they talked about that car. What was it, 6000 SUX or something or other? Yeah, there was like that creature effect with the T-Rex. So.
You just noticed now, Chris, with my tie.
Pretty much. Oh yeah, and let's see, and of course we mentioned earlier Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, they did they created Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Still waiting for that game to come out.
It's supposed to come out sometime later this year.
Yeah, and I say to you developers, hurry the hell up.
How many? I got a question for you, Don.
Yes.
How many horror films or horror games are there out there?
Oh my god.
Hard to say. Like that doesn't even count. There's even like experimental ones like out there, so it's hard to say how many horror games are out there.
I got a lot of them on my Steam account.
I got a lot of them saved on my PS5.
I got rid of my Steam account.
My favorite.
Last of Us.
Best one.
You know, I didn't play many of those. I mean, I remember there was a game out there at some point, like Friday the 13th, based on the movie and stuff.
Oh yeah, was it that terrible one on the NES?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, you gotta realize I'm old school. My first video game system at home was a pinball machine, an old school pinball machine, and Pong.
Yeah, like my parents loved.
Then I got the Atari 2600, and we went up from there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I agree with Chris on this one. Yeah, ever since 13, when this game came out, the original version of this, yeah, there've been a ton of great horror games.
I'd say 2012 because like
are they online or
Slender the Eight Pages came out.
Some of them are online, yeah.
They have some that are multiplayer.
Some can be, yeah, like Dead by Daylight. That's multiplayer.
See, I don't like that.
Let's see. The new Friday the 13th.
All these multiplayer games, and I want to ask you because you and Nick seem to be gamers, and I know this is off topic, and I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But
yeah, the new Friday the 13th.
What do you think of those people that come onto those online games and cheat?
Yeah,
like I'll give you a perfect example.
Well,
my buddy Mark and I played Call of Duty Black Ops, both 1 and 2. All right. And these people could come in there, and you know damn well, especially if you got a huge TV, you know damn well you hit them and stuff.
Right.
They've got something called God mode activated.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, which means they don't run out of ammo. They can pretty much one shot and kill you. And you can shoot them all you want, you know, with a high-powered machine gun or something like that, and they don't die.
Yeah, it's like, I remember like in high school where they had like the Halo games, and there were several.
I remember those. Those were fun games.
Yeah, there were several cheaters who were put in like an aim bot where if they fight, no matter how they fire a gun, it always hits them in the head instantly.
Right. So they got headshots all the time.
Yeah.
Right. See, that's why I don't play those anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
it started in Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
they drove up the auction prices by selling the shit online on websites.
Yep, that's true.
You know, these people, these greedy little SOBs, ruined the gameplay for me. You know, I was in the role-playing games, you know, Mortal Kombat, you know, those kind of games.
I love Mortal Kombat.
I've got every one made. of the Mortal Kombat games.
Oh, nice.
I remember when that first came out in an arcade.
Oh yeah. Hey, Jill. Like what games do you enjoy?
I don't play actually. I watch people play.
Well, some people do that as well. So I mean, hey, I've done that myself. I've watched all kinds of people like Markiplier, PewDiePie. I've seen all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I play racing games mostly and wrestling now.
Yeah, like one popular game that a lot of people like watching other people play was Alien Isolation. That game's terrifying.
I think I have that game.
Yeah, you do. I have it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that a lot of people like watching too is Outlast.
Doing great. Oh yeah, it's a great game. We're doing great, Thomas. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great as well.
Yeah, I have it. I for whatever reason I couldn't think of, but yeah, I have Alien Isolation. I got it. Just haven't played it yet.
Wrestling games. Oh, GTA. Yeah, I'm excited for GTA 6. Can't wait for that to come out next year.
That's a cookie cutter game. Isn't that like Gran Turismo? Is that what GTA is?
GTA?
Or Grand Theft Auto?
No, it's Grand Theft Auto. It's far more than just Gran Turismo. Far more than what they do.
Okay.
No, like
Grand
like
Theft Auto is different thing. Gran Turismo is a cookie cutter game.
Right. And so if we were to start doing like covering like horror games on here, like one I would definitely want to start with would be Resident Evil, because my very first like experience with a horror game was Resident Evil 2 when a babysitter of mine played it when I was when I was just 7 years old. Yeah, hang on, Nick. When I was just 7 years old.
God.
Did you get nightmares at all?
When did that come out?
1998, and he was playing it on the N64. But it's the game after that scared me. It was Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, where the title character, the title character Nemesis, which is basically like the Terminator of all the monsters in Resident Evil. He has a towering height, like 8 feet tall, chases you throughout the game, and he's ugly as hell. Has a rocket launcher. He will pummel. He'll tear the whole city apart of him and killing you. And so, yeah, I got introduced to Resident Evil at an early age. And I want to say to my babysitter, Ron, I want to say to him right now, if you're watching this, thank you.
Hey, Lois. Lois is in the chat.
Hey, Lois.
I don't think we covered a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of the Resident Evil movies. It feels like Resident Evil fan fiction to me.
Yeah.
So I'm half sleeping.
Okay.
Appreciate it either way.
Remember the first time turning around? Oh yeah, she's referring to when in the first game, the original zombie was like crouch munching on a guy, and then it just turns around towards you.
Yeah,
that set the tone for the game. Yeah, but anyway, so as far as Critters goes, yeah, Critters 2 is like the goofy sequel to Critters, and if you want a good Easter horror film, this is the closest thing we have to that. Seriously.
Real quick. Sorry, I just want to point out what Chris had said. Phasmophobia, that's another game we should cover. You've heard of that one, right?
Yes, I could see that.
I've never heard of that one.
It's a paranormal investigation game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you find this at?
It's on Steam.
Oh, well, see.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Nick. I just remembered there was one inconsistency about Critters and Critters 2. Here, let me just present to you with this right here. This was like the boss of those bounty hunters. You remember in Critters 2, right? So that's different compared to the first one. For the first one, it looked like one of those like Jabba the Hutt's henchmen in Star Wars in the first one, but now it's changed to this. And guess who plays him in the second film in this? Cynthia Garris, Mick Garris's wife.
What? How's that possible?
That's her. Yeah, they've used a hell of a lot of prosthetics to like give that look, and also she could see through that thing. She could hardly even breathe in that thing, and she was stuck in that for 8 hours.
Oh and her arms were tied back behind her to hide her arms.
What?
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's my God. Like, why? That's just kind of
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
That's
I
some
just-
loyalty there.
Yeah,
Apparently-
no shit.
Hey,
Apparently, she was okay with it.
I don't know. I would never be able to do something like that.
No.
No way.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
So
She said she hated being like in the chair for hours to get it all on. So
Well,
it sucks.
Well, yeah, it takes a while to
That-
get that stuff on.
That's part of the whole makeup process. Just ask Jim Carrey when he played the Grinch.
Yeah.
Oh, here, check this out. Well, it's just Oh, it's almost like 3:00 in the morning in Scotland.
Oh man!
Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, we definitely need to be. Well, I don't need to say it, but yeah, you guys need to stop on her show at some point.
For sure. Totally. Yeah. But let's see. What else was I gonna mention? Oh yeah. Another highlight is when Ugg and Lee, the bounty hunters, they go into the fast food restaurant, the Hungry Heifer, and they come across all the critters. They come across all the critters who are just munching down on literally all the food in sight, all the burgers, all the salads, which is weird because that critter that was in the daycare was saying veggies, ugh. But then it clearly showed them eating veggies later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, inconsistent. And right when they were getting ready to blow them away, their guns like extend. I don't know if that was meant to be like an innuendo or what.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, if Tom was here, he would be making jokes like that.
Oh,
so,
yeah, he would. He definitely would.
yeah. And
And
all
where's Tom when we need him?
yeah, and all the critters were looking and saying, "Uh-oh." Like that's
It's
one of the
called-
very few times they talk.
It's called a PNV. So that's what they were saying is the
Oh my god.
metaphor.
Good night, Lois. Thanks for stopping
Lois.
by.
Yes, appreciate it. And like when they start firing at them, like I said before, this is the way they take care of these critters is like taking care of a rat infestation with a shotgun.
When they went all assault, when they went all out, I could have heard. I was like playing AC/DC in my. They should do that in a horror film. As they're going all out on monsters. Have somebody rock into like AC/DC or something so you can hear it.
Shoot to thrill. Yeah.
Yeah, or something.
Like that, yeah. I hear you. I like that bit where as they're shooting them, one of them just falls into that fryer. Yeah, it's
That was funny.
Fried critters that we're seeing
Yeah.
now, eh?
Oh, here, you know what? Here, let me see if I can find that
Oh, God.
picture. Let me find that picture. Hang on 1 second. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Let's open in a new tab. I gotta zoom in. Why is this? Okay. I got it right here. Yeah, like they're shooting this thing and it fell into the fryer and all of it's completely burned, all its fur is gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What would have been funny is just to have some powdered sugar dropped on them or something.
Yeah. Bon appetit. Oh man. But
So they wanted to lure them to that spot so they could blow them all up with the dynamite.
mm-hmm. That's right.
Kentucky
then-
Fried Critter.
Yes. Yep. All things Colonel Sanders' secret recipe in the works right there.
That's where it all started.
Oh man. Yeah, but so what were your favorite your favorite death in this movie out of like the characters? Because there were some pretty brutal ones this time around.
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna have to go with it near the end when they turn into that giant boulder, basically. And when they ran over the first guy, he was just shredded to like nothing but pure skeleton bones.
That's right. That's one of the most memorable out of all of them. And
They said they accidentally rolled him over and then they were like, let's do that more.
oh
So,
yeah,
like,
you know what? That was the way the skeleton was shaking. That was actually done by accident at first. Yeah, like a crew member accidentally was stepped on it and it just shook. And they were just like, You know, the director was. They were all just like on set. We're like, you know what? I actually like the way that looks. Let's do a few takes on that.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, Critters 2 is the actually here. Let me hear what everybody else. What are your favorite deaths? Like, or does everybody agree that that was the best one? If
Yeah,
not,
I like that one.
okay, I guess everybody agrees that one. I wanted to hear like other people's ideas of what their favorite death was, but I guess we're all sticking with
We're
that.
all on the same page.
Or maybe the bunny, the Easter bunny, when he got taken down, just because
Yeah,
he
just
was the
because.
best character.
Yeah, that's what you get for hating on Easter.
Yeah, I agree with that one too. Because
And
that sheriff at the time really deserved it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how they got him to fly through a window is anybody's guess, but yeah, I thought that was pretty silly.
Maybe they went into Sonic mode.
Yeah, gotta go fast.
Yeah,
Oh, Kate's back. We're watching.
Oh, okay. Good to see you, Kate. Yeah. And so, yeah, Critters 2, it was the last Critters movie to hit theaters, like, because the first one was successful in theaters, but this one was not. So after this, they decided, you know what? Like, if we're making any more Critters movies, they're going to be straight to video. And so they wrote scripts for 2 more of them, which they filmed back to back. And both films were made with the same budget, not separately. All of them, the same budget over for both films, 2 for 1. Same with the budget amount of money from the first movie. So
Wow.
they had to film it in the same location too. Apparently, it was filmed at both films were filmed apparently at a warehouse, sorry, not warehouse, grocery store in LA. What used to be one.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, the next film, Critters 3, has Leonardo DiCaprio, who, yeah, just to remind everybody, let me pull up that picture here.
He was little.
Yeah, it
He
was,
was,
what,
he
like
was only
13?
16 at the time.
Oh, he was 16. I thought he was 13.
Here, just to remind everybody. Here, let me throw that picture here.
He looked 13.
Definitely no Kate. We haven't seen Tom for a while, so he probably is sleeping right now.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Oh, hang on. I found it. Got it. Here is Leonardo DiCaprio as a teenager on the set of Critters
Oh my
3.
God. That is just I can't get over that.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And apparently he really liked working with these animatronics, but later in his later year, after this, he just wanted to forget he was ever in this movie. He was on to bigger and better things, Titanic and oh man, the Revenant I love.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right before Growing Pains.
yes, he was in Growing Pains. Yeah, I didn't watch Growing Pains. I was more of a Boy Meets World kid. Yeah, I didn't watch Growing Pains, but yeah, I know he was in that. Oh wow, it's like it feels so weird seeing that, and like that's definitely the main reason why anybody would watch Critters 3 to see DiCaprio's first movie.
Yeah.
not me because I care less.
But yeah, he says that he just wants to forget he was ever in that, because he said Critters 3 was terrible. It's like I'm in better movies now. Everybody needs to remember me for Titanic. Everybody needs to remember me for Blood Diamond, Shutter Island.
Inception.
Yes, Inception was a great one. Yeah, and Django Unchained. Oh yes.
Django.
Oh yeah, Romeo and Juliet. Yes, he was in that.
Yeah, the movie that was the movie when he hit puberty.
The Man in the Iron Mask. That was a good movie.
Thomas.
Oh, what film? Oh, here, Thomas. Oh yeah, he's watching Spawn. Oh, do you mean the live action one or is it the animated series? Please tell me it's the animated series with Keith David because that one I love. Yeah, that was good.
Before we end things, you guys want to see the lights quickly before we end things?
Sure.
Because it's the last time I'll be doing it for a while. Because after that, this is it until 4th of July. Because I know we gotta end things pretty quick. So you guys ready for this?
Speaking of,
Okay.
All right, here we go. So this is the last one for a while. So this is basically most
Epilepsy warning.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. So over here are some of the brand new lights that it's recently got.
Nice.
It's purple lights over here. Got these nice curtain. Ah, damn. Man, these ears are a little bit difficult because they're hitting some of the lights. Check out, these are brand new right over here. We got. I mean, I basically decorate once again the entire basement as always.
You
So
play pool?
yeah, it's a pool table. Sorry for the mess. That was when I was unboxing some of these some of the lights. Like I say, I just got some of these up just before I came outside.
I wish I had a pool table in my basement.
We've had it for quite a long time. I mean, for several years. It belonged to my grandparents originally. So we got this over here. And finally, just because I don't want to spend too much time on this, let's go see Jack very quick.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't have too much this time, but he's got better than nothing. Here you guys go.
Oh, nice.
He needs lights.
Yeah, maybe some lights, but at least he's got the rabbit ears. So does Zero. And he's got a basket.
Oh, there you go.
Then, of course, in the backyard, we got it lit up all over again.
Cool.
It is.
So there you guys have it. So that will be it for until 4th of July.
4th of
Just
July.
leave them up.
Yeah.
Leave them up till 4th of July.
That's going to be a busy day for me.
Well, sad part is, I mean, no, he's not going to be staying downstairs after I put the Easter stuff up. I mean, after I put the Easter stuff away, Jack's going back upstairs.
Did you watch Girl Meets World? I've seen a few episodes. Yeah, I definitely consider love that more than Fuller House. Or actually, no, not Fuller House. What am I thinking? That '90s show.
That
Yeah,
90s show?
That '90s show where it was like a
Yeah, it's a spin-off of that '70s show.
It's a continuation of that show.
Yeah, I know.
Chicago Airport be redirecting.
I tried to watch it. Didn't go over well.
I consider that '90s show to be better than that '80s show, which was like their.
Oh yeah, that it was. Because
that was a failed spin-off.
I mean, when they did that '80s show, they should have done it the right way and had, the characters. Now this is what they're doing in the '80s. Fez and all of them.
Right.
But they would have had a hard time because Ashton Kutcher was getting to be very famous out of all of them.
That's absolutely true.
Well, that and the guy that played Fez too.
Oh, right.
He did some great movies after that.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it for this edition of the FearFans podcast. Be sure to tune in next week. I'm considering maybe I'm debating in my head what we should cover next week because I had several ideas like Godzilla 24, like Godzilla 2014. I'm actually saving Predator right after we cover Alien.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was considering maybe start covering the first Resident Evil game, like the remake of it, the 2002 remake, because I feel like that was a scarier update to the original game from 1996. Plus, because there's some hilarious things about that original version, such as the bad voice acting. God.
Don, at some point, I definitely would like, because I need to talk to you because I know it's been a couple of weeks since I brought it up, but I told you I had a slideshow that I was interested in presenting to you guys, which involved some of the earliest pieces of probably some of the earliest examples of the splatter genre. It was I told you about the Granking Y'all Theater. I told you about that. Yes. I was thinking maybe one of these days to present it on the show if you're still interested in like whenever you have a particular Tuesday open.
I'm considering on one where we're covering when we cover a movie that's includes a lot of gore. So yeah, we talk about a next gory film we talk about when you could talk about, oh, you think that's gory? Check this out.
Well, the slideshow would probably last a good majority of the show, though. That's the thing. It's not just Yeah, but I think you'd find it interesting because again, it talks again about the earliest examples of using gore for like even before movies because it really added to it. So I would just call it a Grand Guignol because it's focused on the Grand Guignol Theater. Just call it Grand Guignol Special.
We can consider that. Yeah.
The gore special.
In a way. Jeremy, to answer your question, it looks like I believe I got the location from Sam. I was talking to her on the phone earlier today. It's not the same exact location, but I believe she's going to be investigating. I think it's called this. I hope I'm saying this correctly. The Sally Rose house, not the one in Atchison, Kansas. I believe it was. Yeah, I think it's somewhere in South Carolina. I think it's called the Sally Rose house. Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna call me she's gonna call me tomorrow. So I've been telling her I need that location. So trust me, I'm doing everything I can to get it, but I'm hoping to get it. I hope it's the right place. So sorry, Don. Go ahead.
All right. So I was going to say that's going to be it for tonight for the FearFans podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you guys next week. I'll let you guys know what we're going to be covering. But there's a good chance it's going to be Resident Evil.
Cool.
That's right, Jeremy. There you go. You got it.
Yeah. Because we've been covering all kinds of horror, like movies and TV shows. So I want us to cover horror games as well.
Yeah, there's plenty of them I definitely would like to cover at some point too, that, in the near future.
But yeah, I figured we should just broaden things up. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week. Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Happy Passover, whatever you're celebrating.
Happy Good Friday.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.